If you're an artist and still struggling, I guarantee you, it's not because your art has no value. It's because you haven't learned how rich your skill set really is. If you understand how powerful your creative skill really are, art can become more than just a passion. Now, as for me, art saved my life. Not because painting made me feel good, although it does, but because art gave me a rich skill set that I could turn into an income. When I had nothing, I could still create value. To me, art is a salvation to all artists. Art is a salvation for me. So, in this video, I want to plant a seed in your head and show you from a different angle how your art, how your talent, how your skill can be such a rich skill set, can be such a valuable thing if you look at it from a different angle. And here comes the end of the struggle, the end of this myth of broke artists, and so on and so forth. So, for example, majority of artists are stuck in the so-called rat race. And the rat race is where I found myself in 10 years ago when I was just out of school and trying to figure it out. I was in the rat race. A bunch of artists waiting for someone to come and save them. And as long as no one comes down here to save us, we standing here waiting in line, waiting for someone to discover us, waiting for someone to give us a shot, the alley-oop. And if that doesn't happen, that means we're gonna sit here and wait and wait and wait. And then when a single opportunity comes by, it's gonna cause a stampede. We're gonna fight, stomping on each other, kill each other, just for that single opportunity. So most of artists are stuck in the rat race. And the only way to get out of that rat race is to produce your way out. You have to produce your way out of the rat race. Being productive as an artist is the only way that I know, that I have experienced, that I have witnessed, personal experience, to get out of the rat race that I was once in. And is to be productive, is to produce your way out. So one of the ways to do that is to be productive over being more of a productive person, or produce over consumption. Now, let me break this down. Being production over consumption pretty much means, think about it as an artist, or think about it if whether you were a self-taught artist or you were someone who actually was trained and went through the school system. We are so institutionalized into just buying supplies. We're always spending money buying supplies. And guess who's getting all the money? Who's getting all the money? Who's getting rich? The supply shops and the supply producers, the supply companies. They're supplying, we're consuming them. They're supplying, we consume. They supply, we consume. From school, I have spent so much money just buying supply after supplies after supply after supply. We spend so much money acquiring the education, acquiring the skill. On top of that, we also spend so much money on supplies. On this new easel, this one is collapsible easel. This canvas is the high end, is premium. This paint brand is the higher quality, and we just spending and spending and spending and spending, and we have no way out of making any kind of money back. So at the end of the day, we ask the question, how do I start getting some money? And no one has the answer for us. But we've been programmed to just spend money, buy supplies, buy this, buy that. buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. Artists are always buying things. We always buying supplies. One thing we have not learned, and that's something that even in school they don't teach you. The school program to me is more of a, there's going to be a savior. Like, you always have to find a way to work with somebody, find a way to get someone to see you as, oh, he's unique. He needs to be, all right, come on in. But there was nothing about being independent. Look, go out there in the real world, go figure it out. Go do your own thing. I've never heard that. So, and when we program like that, it's hard for you to see any other way, because you've been in that path for so long, and that's all you learn. Is it's hard for you to unlearn. So, being the fact that I have a couple of friends who were self-taught, and some of them also went to the school program, but every time there's a street festival, there's any kind of art fair, they participate, they go out there and they make money, and I hang with some of these guys and I see what they're doing. So I was able to get best of the both worlds. Here you gain the skill, you gain the education, but they're not really telling you how to transform your art, your skill into money, other than the traditional old school way. And you can be waiting in that old school mentality for so long, and you're gonna end up not being able to afford a basic lifestyle as a normal person. But here's these guys who are self-taught, they didn't even go to the school system, and they're doing so good. They're doing so well, because I think like they said, product beat talent. So I guess if you work hard and you producing and you grinding, you hustling, you are going to win over that skillful, talented, natural born artist. And I've also witnessed that. So it's a matter of asking the question, why am I spending money over and over and over buying supplies, and I haven't been able to figure out a way to make some of that money back? So it's time for an artist to just pause, just take a break, and ask yourself the same question. Look, if you have a studio, homemade studio, or you have your a supply kit or whatever, just go take a look. All you've been doing is spending money. So now it's time to just say, enough is enough. It's time for some money to start coming in. Let's stop spending so much money on the supply. We have enough supply. And as a result, today, if I need to buy a brush, I will go to a discount store, a 99-cent store. All these brushes that I'm using, these are all from right here. The art supply store is down that way, but there's a 99-cent store here. There's a hardware store down there. I go down there, found everything that I'm looking for. If I cannot find it specifically, then I don't mind spending money in an art supply for that thing. But if I can find anything, then it's up to me to be so resourceful, because we are an artist. We are an artist. Being an artist means being resourceful. Being resourceful means turning lemons into lemonade, flipping that broke situation that you are in into income type of situation. So being resourceful for me right now is just, this costs $15 in the art supply store. They got it here for $2.99. I'm gonna get it from here. It's me. The skills is here, the talent is here. It's not the tools. It's not the tools. I remember a long time ago, in one of the computer classes that I was walking in, it was actually my first computer class. I didn't know that, there was computers in the class already. So I had bought my first MacBook, and then I brought it to class. I was so proud. It was hung on me, and I walked into the class, and as the class was in session, I asked the professor that so what's the difference between this MacBook Pro that I just bought? I don't think it was called MacBook Pro then back then. It was a different name, but it was MacBook. I said this MacBook, whatever the name was, versus these ones here, these desktop ones. How does one beat the other? And the guy told me straight up, said, it's not about the computer, it's about you, the creator. It's about you. The computer doesn't create, it's you who create. So regardless of what level of computer do you have, doesn't really make that thing that you want to create. That thing that you want to come up with, it has to come from you. And that's changed this whole mindset for me. So in the same way, when it comes to supply, I buy stuff that I know that I can flip it. I can do different things with it my way. Not because thinking that this specific brand is going to make any transformation in my work. My work transformation comes from me. So enough with consuming and consuming and consuming. It's time for us artists to be productive. Production over consumption. So we're going to stop spending so much money on supplies. And then the next wave is we're going to get paid. So let's get paid now. But how do we get paid? Because you're going to ask, you say let's get paid now. How do we get paid? I'm an artist. I have the skill. I have the talent. I have the supply. Yes, you're right. I've been buying supplies my entire life, and I haven't been able to channel this cash flow coming in like we're supposed to. Now you're saying that we should stop spending money on supplies, and we should get out of this rat race. I agree with you. I know that's what you were saying. You agree with me that you should get out of that rat race. And you agree with me that you should stop consuming, spending money on supplies. Yes, you agree with me. And now I'm saying, get paid now. Get paid. Let's get paid. So now you're asking, all right, how do we get paid? How do I get paid? That's what I'm going to tell you. The only way as an artist to get paid is to prioritize income producing assets. You have to prioritize income producing asset. Now, when I say asset, I'm not defining it from what a Wall Street guy might call an asset. I'm not defining it from what rich dad, poor dad might call an asset. What I'm calling an asset, and what I'm saying we should capitalize on that repeatable asset to continue having that income coming in, is a creative asset. Number one is the talent, the skill that we already have. We already have it. Now, whether you were self-taught or you was trained in school for it, you already have it. And it is an infinite asset. It is a gold mine. It is a mountain of full of diamond. We just got to go mine it, go in there, dig it, and find find the diamonds and the gold. So that is an asset that's waiting for us to refine it. So, for example, this is the loose canvas that I'm just painting. Now, I chip away a little bit of that asset, that skill, that talent, that know-how that I have here, pour it here, using paints, different color paints that I already have, a couple of brushes that I bought for less than $10, and slowly put colors next to colors using my color theory understanding or using my artistic skill understanding, and create a flow which gives you some kind of a shapes and forms and spaces within when you're looking at it, this beautiful abstract, when you look at it. And someone can see it and see beauty in it. And that someone will have money in their pocket, and we can exchange that money for our piece. So this is an asset. Now, if I create this piece, finish with it, take my phone, photograph it, and put it on my website as an original and also as a print. That is an asset that I can sell the original, and then the print become a repeatable asset with income attached to it. Okay, so if this is an original piece, I list it on my website. I also photograph it and list it on the website for a lower tier price as a print. This can be sold. Original can be sold, but the print is mine. And that print can be sold over and over and over and over again. So you can have a couple of prints. You can have a 5, 10, 20 print on your website at that price tier. That is an asset that you're going to be selling forever. Now, if this model doesn't make sense to you, just go take a week, take a day off and go to your local museum and just go check it out. Go check out the business model. So it's nothing new under the sun. This is not something new. This is not, oh, it's mind blowing. This is how the business of art continue to have cash flow coming in. Original piece might even be on loan in the museum. That's not going anywhere. But the print of it continue to print money. So every piece that you create is an asset. Every piece that you create is an asset. Every time you use a brush and a paint to paint on your stretch canvas, this is a loose canvas, by the way, on a loose canvas, on a t-shirt, on a bottle, on a can, anything, it becomes an asset. Now, for artists, we are just so lucky that we can just play with colors. We can just have fun, play with colors, and it becomes money. Every time we play with colors, it becomes money. Every time we play with colors, it becomes money. So that is an asset. We just have to just tap into it. Now, that's how we get paid. That's how we get paid. However, if you are just thinking you're going to do exactly what I just said, paint your canvas, photograph it, list the original at a higher price tier, and then list your print at a lower price tier, and then traffic is just going to happen on your website and you're just going to start selling, it doesn't work like that. So there has to be a source of trafficking. You got to find a way to draw traffic to the website, which can cost so much money sometimes. So personally, like my guys have been doing, and I've also been doing for the past 10 years. If I get a phone call or if I hear any information that there is a street fair happening in the neighborhood, guess what? I'm going to be there. I'm going to bring my pieces. I'm going to bring my t-shirts, my hoodies, my jackets. If I have some watercolor paintings, I'm going to bring it. If I have some small canvases, I don't like carrying large form canvases outside because it's a lot of work. It looked good on the display, but then when it's time to break down, then it's like, shit, what did I do? Especially if you didn't make money. So bring small pieces. Loose canvases are so easy to deal with if you are doing stuff like that. You show up when there's art fair, especially in the summer when it's free. I went to California. Now I went to Los Angeles, California, Los Angeles. I was so amazed. My friend took me to Venice Beach, and that whole strip was nothing but creators just selling their stuff. I was like, this is it right here. This is paradise for creators. The entire street was just people just selling stuff. Now, most of the stuff I saw was more like a cookie cutter, just prints and stuff like that. But if you're an artist and you can take advantage of your creative skill and just showing up, boom, like, yeah, the artist is here. Oh my God, I just saw, I was like, this is it right here. We also went to it's a park. I forgot the name of it. It's a park, and it's like a lot of creators just show up and exhibit and sell. And being that the Los Angeles weather is so nice, like here in New York, right after December, like on the 31st of December will be like, I'm done. I take a trip. I go to Africa. I go chill in Ghana for 3 or 4 months till the winter. I've been here for so long. I don't want to deal with the cold no more. When the winter come, I get away. I go chill in Africa, paint, go to the beach, swim, go to the farm, have some fun. And then end of the spring, I come back and just continue doing my thing. That's pretty much how I've been living. But in Los Angeles, the weather is just so nice. I guess it's like 365 days a year. So, and I'm looking like, wow, this is it right here. If I'm here, this is how I'm going to kill it. So depending on where you are, it might be somewhere in Atlanta, in Florida, depending. In New York, the winter here is brutal. So when it's winter, you got some hardcore artists that's still out there. I don't deal with that. Thank God I'm able to sustain and get away and then come back and continue. So what I'm saying is, you have your website, you've listed your originals and your prints and your other garments as well. And you should also be able to show up when there's a street fest going on, when there's an art fair going on, when there's some kind of a flea market going on, when you have a busy strip, a busy boulevard, a busy main street that you can just post up. Show up there and see, check the vibe and find out, oh, you know what, maybe I can show up here maybe once a week during the weekend when people are not working, they're out here to eat in the restaurant. I went to DC, to Washington, DC. That's a spot I forgot. That place in Washington, DC reminded me of Soho. It looked like Soho in New York. I fell in love with it when I was there. It was restaurants and boutiques and like galleries, and it was all of that in one, just like Soho here in New York. So, and I think every city has their own cool spots. If you're an artist and you show up in one of those cool spots, trust me, you are a wow factor. You add more cool. You add more cool to the already cool spot. So this is some of the things that we could do. We could take advantage and show up in those places and continue selling what we make. So what we have here is a repeatable asset that we can continue making and selling. It's already here. It's a repeatable asset that it's just going to continue bringing in income. Now, we can also transform some of that repeatable asset from here to a physical canvas, a physical product, a physical stretch canvas, however you want to do it, and sell it. If it's a print, you can just reprint it, reproduce. And for me, I hand paint everything afresh. Now, that is my unfair advantage, because it's whether you get it or you don't, it's hand painted. But it is a repeatable product for me, because I just tap into here and just reproduce it. Tap into here, reproduce it. Tap into here and reproduce it. Now, 10 years of doing this has given me so much information, so much data, so much backdrop, so much legacy that I already have like 2 books in my head already. I already have books in my head already that I could just write based on that I can help someone or teach or educate someone go from A to Z. I'm already working on a digital product, a guide that can actually, if you follow through it, if you follow from the top to the bottom, short guide, you can create an art business that you can just live on. So doing this for 10 years, continue doing this, has given me all this information. And it's working. It works. It continued to work. It has worked for me for 10 years. And a message came through, I think from Eastern Europe. I'm not sure what is it's a Poland or somewhere. And the guy asked me a couple of direct questions, and I answered him, and he came back like, "Yo, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it." And he's an older dude, and I think it's like he's been struggling to figure it out, because, like I said, we have been institutionalized so long. It's like someone is coming to save you. Oh, that gallery. Oh, you know what? If you can't get a gallery, just go to the coffee shop. Look, we're just so used to saying that just let somebody transfer the load onto somebody, or go to coffee shop and put your work there. That's cool as well. That is cool. Put your work in a coffee shop, and then you want to just come home and then wait for the phone call to come. 9 times out of 10, that phone call, they'll never come, man. Or go to some place, there's a yoga spot, go talk to them, maybe they will let you put your art there. You put your art in the yoga studio. It makes the yoga studio look cool. Your art makes the coffee shop look cool, but you're waiting for that phone call for someone to say, yo, someone want to buy the art. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen. You want to sell? You want to get paid now? You want to get paid right now as an artist? Starting this weekend, grab a few stuffs, go to the coolest spot, go to that downtown. I was in LA, I was in, what do they call it, LA Live or Live LA, like downtown LA. And I saw some, they're just hustlers, and it's just cookie cutter stuff. They're just out there and banging. And I was like, this is what artists that get. If artists shows up here being so colorful, like he's gonna kill it, or she's gonna kill it. Like, this is, you take advantage of a spot like that, show up and plant your flag. And over time, people will start to see you like, yo, okay, I've seen you a couple of times. Before you know it, they're supporting you. For me, that's how I'm in business now, because people who have seen me and question like, what is it? What? And now they're like, yo, this is cool, because now you see somebody that's wearing it. Now you see somebody that's rocking it. Now you hear somebody that's talking about it. So now it becomes cool for you to, like, you don't want to be left out. Now you want to join in. Oh, you saw me in that newspaper they was talking about, that local newspaper. Oh, you hear that guy was talking about it. Oh, you saw something of mine on TV. Oh, they said, oh, Pepsi, he did a thing with Pepsi. Oh, whatchamacallit, MasterCard, he's working with MasterCard. Every year I work with MasterCard. Except for, I think last year. But I've worked with MasterCard every year consistent for at least maybe the past 5 years. At the end of the year, end of the year, I will always produce work for them as a gift for the staffs. I don't know what department, but it's a gift that they give away to their staffs. Every year, they will hire me to produce that. I don't know if I should reveal the amount, but this has been going on, and these things happen because I go outside and sell. Yes, I do have the website. There's only one time maybe someone reached out to me, like I said, that billionaire from Florida. He actually found me on Google. But other than that, Pepsi, Facebook, MasterCard, Uber, HBO, you name it, everything came from the streets. The teaching gig, everything came from someone seeing me or someone recommending me without even my knowledge. And before you know it, a connection is being made. Connection is being made. I met an older lady. She saw my work, and she said she liked it. And she asked me, "Are you doing okay? Are you making a living?" I said, "Yeah, I'm doing okay." And that's the thing. Sometimes people see you outside, they think that you're really, really, really struggling. But artists can look like that from an outside, like, yo, he's struggling. Those who are making money are making money, and it's a long term. So in the past 10 years, I've changed my life. I have changed my life. And if I had known today, like then what I know now, that could only take maybe like 4 or 5 years. But now this 10 years knowledge that I have, I see myself retiring. Like I see myself taking a break in the next 4 or 5 years from the street, from grinding in the streets. I see myself saying, okay, I think that's enough. Now I can maybe the content, the book, digital product, this and that, turn this thing into a whole nother category, like Shepard Fairey and them, like what Course is doing. Like, it's it's a gift that keep on giving. Art. If you're an artist, this is a gift that keep on giving. But we just didn't have the information. It took me 10 years to know what I'm just starting to know now. I've been on YouTube for all these years. I just started doing content on YouTube just less than a year ago. The opportunity that I just discovered on the back end of my YouTube channel, the YouTube is just sending me stuff that I'm looking at. It's mind-blowing. So consider yourself lucky if you're an artist. The opportunity is there, as long as you don't stop. As long as you don't stop. So find a way to get out of the rat race. In order for you to get out of the rat race, you got to produce your way out of the rat race. Produce your way out of poverty. Producing your way out of poverty is creating art. As simple as that, creating art. When this dries, I come back and start placing colors again, side by side. And then if it dries again, I come back again. Of course, you must love doing it. And then it becomes a thing. It becomes a thing that can become a reputable asset. Start producing more and spending less on supplies. If you can just get your primary colors and flip that into the secondary, turn that 3 into 6, 6 into 12, get your black and your white, and then start playing and mixing and stuff like that. That's it. Basic color theory. And just run with that. You can use that to create over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It's a God-given asset. It's in a way, it's like the knowledge that we have in relation to what we spend, whether you went to school for it or you were self-taught. It's pretty much kind of like you got it for free, because we can continue eating of this thing over and over and over, nonstop. Art, that is. Art, that is. You can turn this art into a clothing brand. This can become alliances. This can become a brand partnership. This can become a masterpiece that's in the back as a legacy. Even when you are not here, you can leave behind. This can become a repeatable asset that produces income nonstop. This can become a book based on your experience and everything that you've learned. This can become a digital product this can become a content, a video YouTube content that at some point YouTube will say, oh, we appreciate you, and we're going to start giving you some stipends, some little some to support you, and as you keep producing video content. So the opportunity is infinite. It took me 10 years, y'all. It took me 10 years. Like I said, being outside doing it, this old lady showed up. She liked it. She said, wow. And then she made a phone call. She connected me with a guy who is a TV guy. I think Ben Aaron. Yeah, Ben Aaron. And Ben sent me a DM on Instagram that he want to come to the studio and shoot me for Pix 11, Channel 11 in New York, local TV station, Channel 11. 2 days later, he's here with his whole camera crew, shooting me, profiling me for free. But you got to be out there for things like that to happen. You have to be seen. People must see you. That's you being productive. That's you prioritizing, producing your asset and selling your asset and letting people see you and your work, your asset that you producing. Let people see it. You might not know how powerful and how great of an artist that you are. You might not know how powerful and how great of an art pieces that you've created that they're sitting home. If you show up, it's going to be a wow factor. People will lose their mind for seeing your art, and they're going to appreciate you, and they're going to want to spend money with you. And it's not just the quick money. It's the experience, the knowledge, the information. And then 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, you have enough that you could probably write a book about. You have enough that you can create a digital product with. You have enough that you can maybe do a video content and educate and teach. Because by the time I came across Kayla Carlisle, shout out to Kayla Carlisle, I'm keep shouting her out. By the time I came across her video, I was already 10 years, almost nine years in, that I didn't even, the information was just bleeding, like spilling off me. I don't know what to do with it. And I said, all right, I'm gonna just continue, I'm gonna follow through, I'm gonna do this. And now doing this, I just discovered in the back end, YouTube, like, there's a whole lot of opportunities that come with just doing this. So it's like, whoa, this art thing, it just doesn't end. You just got to get started and just got to stay in. And somebody just got to pass you the information. Because if you don't know that doing it can multiply or translate into something else, then you will not do it, or you will not feel good. You will not feel that energetic to do it. So now I'm telling you that it's going to continue to bubble and bubble and bubble, like going to continue to translate into something else, over and over and over. So do not take your art for granted. Do not take your skill for granted. Do not take your talent for granted. Let yourself be seen in public, and let yourself be seen online as well. You can get paid with art if you produce and show up. If you produce and list it. If you let people see you, you let people see your work, you will start selling. And income will continue to come. And you will learn and master communication. You will learn and master the transaction of it. You will learn and master the customer behavior. You will learn and master what people like. Maybe they like more of your watercolors over maybe your t-shirt that you just did. Maybe they like more of your loose canvases because it's easier for you to just roll it up and just tie it up and they put it in their bag. Maybe they're flying out of town and out of country over your stretch canvas. Maybe it's you're gonna learn what you're gonna learn. Like I learned what I've learned. My experience is completely different from my buddies who also do the same thing in the city. So we all have our own unique experiences and unique stories. So go get paid. Go do exactly what I'm telling you. Get out of this rat race. Stop consuming. Stop overspending money on supplies and start producing. Start producing and start getting paid. Start selling. If you have your art on Etsy and all these so-called these places that you list your stuff on and you're waiting for the sales to happen and it's not happening, it's because it's not going to happen. You have to go out there, go meet the people. Do you have a flea market in your town? Go to the flea market, go find out how to get in. Get in. Is there a street fair, a weekend fair, something where people gather, people congregate? Do you go to church? Do you go to the mosque? Do you go to the temple? Do people congregate on Friday, Sunday, Saturday? What day do you go where people congregate? Show up as part of the community, show up for the service, but also show up as an artist. As an artist, show up as a businessman. Let people see you, let people see your work, and sell your art and sell your work. I hope you found some value in this video. Again, don't forget to subscribe. If you are new here, if this is your first time, subscribe. Put on the notification bell so you can always get that notification when I post a video. Also, share with a friend to share with a friend to share with a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Click the link below. Go to my website. Like I said, you might learn a thing or two. Otherwise, go make it happen. Go get paid. I see you on the next one. Salute. Peace.